It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper, and we are at Marist High School, home of the Redhawks. The red-hot Redhawks at that. They're 4-1 overall, 3-0 in the East Suburban Catholic Conference, and we have two guests on for you tonight. First off, football coach Pat Dunn. Can't believe it, it's his 9th season at the helm. And Pat's, he has been on the Coach's Corner, I think, every year of his career, and that could be a record, man. We've had him at Beggars a few times. We had him at Bona Pit. We had him back on the Coach's Corner bar out in Orland Park. He came out to that. And, of course, we've taped a couple times here with him. So Pat will be our first guest. And then we're going to have on senior linebacker Micah Awaduran. Let me tell you something, folks. Not only is he one of the top linebackers, not only in the area, in the state, he's also a tremendous young man, great student. Academically, he's outstanding. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well, balancing playing football and hitting the books in the classroom. So we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Should mention the Redhawks are traveling to Hancock Stadium on Saturday, 12:30, take on St. Pat's. Redhawks are coming off a 49-0 victory over Marion Catholic, and they've posted back-to-back shutouts to the Redhawks, so they're on fire. We're going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, go to beggarspizza.com, jump on the Big Cheese Club. You get some nice perks, get some swag possibly, and of course you get the delicious pizza and pasta, so it's a win-win. All right, we come back. Marist football coach Pat Dunn will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our first guest tonight, Marist football coach Pat Dunn, an old friend. How's it going,
Great, Pat. How are you? Thanks
I'm doing well, and folks, bear with us. Very windy out here today. Very windy Monday, but we'll get through this. Redhawks off to a great start, 4-1 overall, 3-0 in the East Suburban Catholic. What has pleased you most so far, Pat, through 5 weeks?
You know what? I think just the amount of growth the team has had. Each week it seems like the guys are getting better and more focused, and that was one thing that I think was key. Starting out early on this year, there's a couple guys out there with no experience, and the guys have grown. And but I'd say the thing that has pleased me the most is by far the senior leadership and the team chemistry.
So when you look back at week 1 and you look at going into week 6 here, what do you think is the biggest difference in regards to your team?
Experience.
It's just experience.
Yeah, I think it's some, definitely critical positions, all of them are, but the more the guys are out there and playing through them, obviously, you can't teach experience, but you've seen the difference, in a lot of guys in the team.
So a little bit more confidence, a little more settlement to the varsity situation?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You graduated a ton of players from last year's team that advanced to the Class 8A state championship. What is the key when you get these new guys coming into the starting situation? What's the key to getting them acclimated to that situation, Pat? What do you say to these guys?
I think the big thing is the seniors. The guys that have been there the year before when they were juniors, and kind of they set the tone for the attitude and how practice. Obviously the effort in practice, and then the other thing is stressing the competition. One thing we go in each year is every job's open, and I think that's really helped us out a lot this year is the competition at all those positions, and the strong leadership.
I'll tell you, your team, your program, since you've taken over 9 years ago, is really, your offense is always explosive. This year, I'm looking at this defense, man, and you guys have posted back-to-back shutouts. And I know the guy we're going to have on next after this segment is a big reason why this defense has been able to play at such a high level. I think you've given up 53 points all year. What has been the key to this defense, man, executing like this?
First and foremost, I mean, you look at Micah and the seniors that are back, and obviously all the guys there, and Coach Pete Gable, our defense coordinator, has done a tremendous job of, obviously scheming towards everything. But they compete in practice every single day, like the state championships on the line. And when they bring that attitude, I think it overall helps everyone kind of step up their game. But these guys fly around and have absolutely done a great job. A lot of seniors, or should say a good amount of seniors on the defense there. And it goes from everyone, whether you're starting or not, the amount of competition in practice and what they've done.
But Micah Awadoran, who's going to be our guest next, middle linebacker, he is a special player, isn't he?
He is for sure. Yeah, he's obviously first and foremost a tremendous student, and you'll see very great person. But when you look at him on the field, plays sideline to sideline, is extremely physical, and he's done a great job. And best thing about him is his want to get better each week.
Yep. And we don't want to slight the offense here, Pat, because you have thrown up 94 points the past 2 weeks as well. You had a lot of kids to replace. Brendan Skalitsky, your quarterback, who is now a preferred walk-on over at Ohio State, which is just a tremendous story in itself. And Brendan was a guest on the show last year. Do you like what you're seeing from this offense? It seems like it's really starting to get things rolling.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, like I said earlier on, I think our team in general is each week the more experience our guys go through, hopefully the better they continue to get. And I think that's been a big major emphasis in practice. And it starts the linemen up front, Tommy O'Mara and Billy Kudik, Johnny Barrett, seniors right there, and then Delonte Harrell, his experience coming back. Yeah, DJ's done a absolutely tremendous job, and he's been playing both sides. And Colin Meehan and Jack Berglund, seniors there on top of, our defensive seniors. I know we're talking about Micah, but Rob Tops and Matt Finn, Liam Kramer, Luke Bullington, David Tashina. I mean, I can go up and down, Bobby Gorman, the list. But all those guys, I think, have really, both sides of the ball have really competed to make it, one of those teams that, I think they're making each other better in each day in practice.
Like you say, you got to have those seniors that, lead the way, man, right?
Right, exactly.
For your guys. So, and it sounds like that's what's happening with you guys.
That's what happened, and also many juniors stepping up. Elijah Teague and Gavin McCabe and
your quarterback,
Morgan Taylor. Yeah, they've all done a good job. So.
Good. And now, this year, after a year's absence, the Pulaski Road Super Bowl was back on the schedule, except it was, played at Lakeshore Drive at Soldier Field. So what's it like? You played in this rivalry. What's it like to have Brother Rice back on the schedule?
It's a great thing. I mean, we've said all along, it's obviously, neighborhood rivalry, and the kids all know each other playing against each other, and it's a great rivalry. And it's back on.
So it's back on for next year. Is it week 1 or week 2 next year? Pat, do you know for sure?
I believe it's week 1 here.
You think it's going to be week 1? It's definitely going to be here, so make plans, folks. That's not a better way to kick off the old football season than the Pulaski Road Super Bowl. So, all right. Now, there's been some talk here because of the difficulty in filling out schedules these days that the IHSA might take over this responsibility and start scheduling. What is your thoughts on this?
You know what? I mean, that's the first I've heard of it. I think scheduling, if you kind of look back in our past, is it's a great thing to have the freedom to be able to schedule who you want. Brother Rice, and the year before Mount Carmel, we've played St. Rita in the past. You're able to get those those rivals and stuff like that. But I know also too we've struggled week 2. We didn't get till we played Simeon really late into basically in early summer. We didn't get that game. So it can really it can be difficult, but it's turned out well, and I think either way it'll be good.
It'll be good. Okay. And this is hard to believe, Pat, because I can't believe this is your 9th year. It just seems like I remember saying, this young, up-and-coming coach, and you're a great coach, but this is your 9th year. Now, looking back at your first year here as head coach, what would Pat Dunn today say to that young guy Pat Dunn 9 years ago?
Oh, gosh. you know what? Say he's grateful for all the great coaches that and players that he's had within his program. I know that for sure. First and foremost, the coaches and the players, and obviously being at a great school. And then he'd also say, you know, he's real excited for his 2 daughters that he has now too. So, but yeah, that's what I'd say. You know, the players and the coaches overall, and just the environment in the school has been absolutely awesome. I'm very blessed and grateful to be part of it.
Yep, and I think this Pat Don would say, hey, instead of spending 22 hours at the school, cut it back a few hours, right, man?
Absolutely. Keely and Bailey, got to hang out with my 2 daughters.
There you go, man. All right, well, Pat, thanks a lot again, man.
Thank you,
Good
Pat.
luck the rest of the
Thank
season.
you so much, Pat.
Redhawks are up at Hancock Stadium Saturday, 12:30, taking on St. Pat's. I hope to be there to check that game out. We are going to go to Elisa Thomas Salon timeout. Remember, 3 locations: Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. High school girls, $27 cuts. High school boys, $17 cuts to show your high school ID. We come back, we're going to have the man, Micah Awaduran, middle linebacker from Marist Senior. And this kid's a special kid, not only on the field, in the classroom. This kid's a Yale commit. So we're going to talk to Micah when we come back. Stay tuned.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed, only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our next guest, Marist Senior linebacker Micah Awaduran. Micah?
How you doing?
Thanks for coming on board, man.
Pleasure.
All right, this guy's having a tremendous season, as Coach Dunn talked about. But after 5 weeks, you look back on this season, what has surprised you most about the Redhawks?
Not really anything much of a surprise, but definitely just pleased to see that the things that we expected were coming into play. So definitely the unity and the level that we're playing at, starting conference off very, very strong and continuing to ride that through. That's definitely been the biggest pleasure of everything for these first 5 weeks coming into the season. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I've seen with the team.
Okay. And defensively, I mean, 53 points, man. That's all you guys have allowed. Back-to-back shutouts. What has been the key to this defense? Besides yourself, what has been the key to this defense, Micah?
No, it's definitely not about me. Just from this season, when we started camp, Coach Gable's done a great job about knowing what we have in the locker room and just really playing to our strengths. So just from working hard and a lot of practice time and getting familiar with each other, like where we complement one another, I think that's kind of been the biggest thing, and it comes to play when we're out there on Friday nights, just the chemistry. So I think that's the biggest thing about this defense this year. Okay.
All right, now this kid's a pretty bright young man, folks. A 4.29 GPA, 29 on the ACT, and he's committed to Yale. All right, so Yale, that's big time, man. That's Ivy League. And you chose Yale over Illinois, Vanderbilt, and Duke. So what was it about Yale that you said, hey, this is the place I want to be the next 4 years?
Well, definitely just a combination of athletics and academics, just for the things that I've been able to see from the coaching staff and for the people that that have been through the process of going there, as well as the current students there. So just overall from how I felt when I was on campus there and around the coaches, that's kind of what led to the commitment.
Oh, man, that's something, man. And obviously academics are a very important part of your life, man. You've stressed that. How much time during the week would you say you devote to studying? And not the playbook, I'm talking studying, hitting the books, man.
Well, usually when we're getting home from practice, Coach Dunn gets us out at a pretty good time. I get a chance to eat dinner and things like that. But I'm up not too, I like to be in bed before 11:30. So we'll hit the books for about 2 hours, whether it's just be doing homework or just getting ready for the next big test. So Yeah, no, we spend our good amount of time in the books.
Good amount of time hitting
Yes,
the books.
sir.
And what about weekends? You hit the books on the weekends too, or you save that kind of Sunday?
No, that's Saturday. So after the game kind of settles
Chill
in,
out.
we watch the film, things like that. That's when I start getting ready on the homework. I like to get it done on Saturday. It's tough with college football and things like that, but
Yep.
we sneak it in. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. What are you thinking about majoring in? Do you have any idea what you want to do?
Political science, hopefully.
Political science.
Yes,
So
sir.
what do you want to do with that? What's your
Hopefully
ambition?
I want to go to law school after that, and then kind of take the route of community organization. So maybe coming back to Chicago or anywhere that really needs help with someone. So I just want to be that force.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. So when you look back at this time at Marist, probably hard to believe you've been here 4 years now, isn't it? All right. So when you look back, what are you going to remember most about your experience here?
100% the people, from past teammates to current teammates, from teachers to just the students that I walked the halls with. I remember my freshman year, just the people that I've been able to meet. It's just been a great time. It's just definitely the people, the relationships, for sure.
Okay. And I got one last question for you. This is a curveball. You're probably thinking fastball. I'm going to throw you a curveball right here. If you could describe Coach Dunn in one word, what would you describe?
Selfless.
Selfless. Man, that is an outstanding word right there, huh?
Absolutely.
Selfless guy.
For an outstanding coach.
Yep, that's awesome, man. Well, Micah, nice to have you on the Coach's Corner Show. Continued success. I'm heading out to Hancock Stadium Saturday, so I'm going to get a chance to check you out this week. I saw you last year, but difference from junior to senior year, a lot happens, man.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to that. Good luck the rest of the season, and hopefully you guys get back to. Well, you guys were into the Cal last year. Hopefully you get back to Champaign, man.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, young man. We are going to go to an athletics timeout. Our good friend Tom Mulvey at Athletics, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. You got nicked up a little bit. He's got some bumps and bruises, strain. Tom will get you back on your feet. He's the best in the business. We come back, results, players of the week, lots of good stuff. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Marist football coach Pat Dunn and senior linebacker Micah Awadurin for being our guests. And again, folks, apologize for the wind. It's kind of crazy out here today. But, when you have fall days, you want to take advantage of these days. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for your patience. We are going to a results segment right now, sponsored by Athletics, Sports, and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Our guy Tom Mulvey with 2 locations in Orland Park and Oak Lawn. All right, let's kick it off with the game I was at Friday night. St. Rita, 31-28 upset victory over Mount Carmel. Great game, folks. Unbelievable game for St. Rita. Gavin Model, game-winning 34-yard field goal to win it. 0.6 seconds left. The kid converted it big time at Gately Stadium, and that's huge. Jake Zillman, 13 of 24, 175 yards, 2 TDs. Sean Rule, 17 carries, 125 yards. He had a tremendous game. Got some tough yards for the Mustangs and a couple critical scoring drives. For Mount Carmel, Alec Thomas, 2 TD runs and a TD reception. Dan Trudeau had a 17-yard TD run. And he also, I think that was a 17-yard TD run for Dan Trudeau. So the Caravan are now 3-2. Mustangs are now 3-2 as well. But the Mustangs are 2-0 in the Catholic League Blue, where Mount Carmel is 0-2 in the Blue. Brother Rice 45, Providence 21. For the Crusaders, Brandon Houston Couple TD catches. Xavier Valladay, 183 yards rushing and a TD. Arian Lacey had a 70-yard TD run. He also had a 28-yard interception return for a touchdown, so a big performance by Arian Lacey at DB. For Providence, Richie Warfield, 132 yards rushing and a couple touchdowns. Homewood Flossmoor 27, Lincoln Way West 11. For West, Ryan Robbins had a 1-yard TD run. For HF, Herbert Hughes, couple TD runs covering 5 and 15 yards. Bryant Wright hit Justin Hall on a 20-yard touchdown pass, and Tyrese Ritchie had a 77-yard TD run for the Vikings, who are 5-0. Lamont 34, Oak Forest nothing. For Lamont, Spencer Nagel, 9 of 16, 126 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Austin Nagel, his younger brother, had 2 of those TD catches, covering 11 and 36 yards. And Steve Fleming had a 40-yard TD catch for the Indians, who are 5-0. For Oak Forest, Sean Davis, 18 carries, 102 yards. Bengals fall to 3-2 overall. Crete Monee 57, Rich South nothing. For Crete Monee. Creo Argue, how's that for a cool name? Creo Argue, 4 touchdown runs. Isaiah Rucker, 8 of 9 passing, 191 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Warriors, who improve to 3-2 on the season. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week, the aforementioned Gavin Model, St. Rita sophomore kicker, converted that game-winning 34-yard 34-yard field goal with 0.6 seconds left to lift the Mustangs to a 31-28 win over Mount Carmel. I'll tell you, this is a kid who the week before had a chance to tie the game against St. Lawrence, 44-yard field goal attempt he missed. The week prior to that against Providence, he stepped up again, converted a field goal to force overtime, and St. Rita went on to win that game. So kid's got a tremendous leg. He's only a sophomore. This kid's going to be a big-time field goal kicker when it's all said and done. That's for sure, folks. But Carmel tried to ice him, called a couple timeouts, and ice in the veins, and the kid converted. So we're going to hook him up with a nice $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Oak Brook and Streeterville. 2 convenient locations. Great pasta, soups, salads, desserts, bread. Labriola has it all. And the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week, Anna Jonanas, recorded 10 kills to lead Sandburg to a 25-12, 25-17 win over arch rival Andrew. So for Anna's efforts, we're going to hook her up with a nice goodie bag. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon with 3 locations: Mokina, Orland Park, Tinley Park. So we'll get that out to Anna in the very near future. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. And remember, I mentioned pastas and I mentioned some other things. You can't forget about the world-famous Richie Burger, that half-pounder. My cameraman Gerard, he's got a big smile on his face from that. Well, we'll be hitting Labriola around Christmas time. It's a little festive. Look at him, he's got the hands raised. He's a happy Polish prince right now. So we come back, obviously high and tight, and yeah. That'll be about it, so stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has trained technicians and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. We're at Marist High School, 115th Street, right off of Pulaski. And before we get to High and Tight, which is sponsored now by Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, for more than 25 years, Midwest Orthopedic Consultants has been dedicated to providing comprehensive orthopedic excellence. The physicians at Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, with convenient locations in Orland Park and Oak Lawn, have received specialized training in subspecialty areas, allowing them to treat even the most complicated orthopedic conditions. Dr. James Leonard, a Sandberg grad, specializes in shoulder, upper extremity, and sports medicine. Dr. Leonard has worked with Vanderbilt University and the Nashville Sounds, and currently works with USA Hockey, Marist High School, where we're at right now, and Sandberg High School. X-rays and MRIs are available at both locations, allowing patients to get everything completed in one location the same day. How's that for convenience, folks? Ortho urgent care is provided Monday through Thursday between 4 and 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon at the Oak Lawn location. So we'd like to again welcome Midwest Orthopedic Consultants on board to the family of the Coach's Corner Show, because we do consider ourselves a family. All right, High and Tight, folks. Okay, let's kick it back to 6 weeks ago. All right, and if someone would have said, "Hey, De La Salle is going to be 5-0 on the season," and Joliet Catholic, 13-time state champion Joliet Catholic, would be 0-5. I would have probably said, hey, you need to be drug tested. However, that's the beauty of high school sports. You never know what's going to happen. That's why they play the games. You know, De La Salle has benefited from a little bit of a soft schedule. They haven't played a ton of tough teams. As a matter of fact, their 5 opponents they've played already are combined 4-21. However, they have some talent. I think this next stretch, they got a brutal schedule, kicking off with Montini this week. You know, they're going to need to get that 6th win. I think they'll get that 6th win and finish 6-3 and get back in the playoffs. Joliet Catholic, though, folks, it's, 0-5. They've been outscored by a huge number of points. Rebuild time. I never thought I'd see the day where Joliet Catholic would be in a rebuild situation, but hopefully this is just a blip in the screen and they'll jump back into things next season. All right, folks, have a great week. Ton of good games out there this coming week. Friday, I'll probably be at the Mount Carmel Brother Rice game at 7:30, and like I said, I'm heading out to Hancock Stadium on Saturday for a 12:30 kickoff. Marist, St. Pat's. All right, have a great week. We'll see you next week.